Yo, what's going on, fam? It's your boy Rehab, aka your favorite Halo YouTuber. You said it, not me. So right now we just have a campaign reveal for Halo Infinite. We don't really know what the multiplayer is going to look like. Apparently a multiplayer reveal is coming in August, so we're waiting on that. But for now, we saw a lot of aspects of the gameplay that we can kind of infer and speculate on what the multiplayer is going to look like based on what we've seen from this gameplay trailer. So I'm going to go through and kind of just share my thoughts, how things I think are going to work, and, kind of just input my unwarranted opinion and go from there. So let's hop into it. So the first thing I noticed is the AR pistol combo. I'm assuming that's going to be like the Team Slayer loadout, not like Precision Slayer or, I guess like Team BRs. But like for baseline Team Slayer, baseline starts for Lone Wolves, I think it's going to end up being, the AR and this pistol. I'm not sure if this is the actual like Magnum, but we'll talk about that. So we see Sprint here. So I want to talk about this because, there was a lot of people in one of my other videos saying that, oh, I'm okay with Sprint as long as it's in campaign, but it better not be in multiplayer. There's like literally a 0% chance that Sprint's not in multiplayer. I mean, Sprint, like, it's not an ability, as you can see. It looks like you have unlimited Sprint, and it's going to work exactly like Halo 5. Or, pretty similar. I'm sure there's going to be, like, a classic playlist where you can go in and play, no Sprint, no Clamber, all that sort of thing, but it's going to be relegated to, like, a classic playlist, and it's not like the maps are going to be designed with Sprint in mind. It's going to be all designed around Sprint. So you're probably going to get stuck on Forge maps in that aspect because the regular maps just aren't going to play right without the abilities. Coming in hot on the Warthog. He gets some hit markers with the splatter. Okay, so it hops out here and we see some pistol work. Now, there's a couple things. One, bloom on this pistol. A lot of people are saying this isn't like the Magnum. This is just like kind of like the Gunfighter Magnum in Halo 5. I think that's the one where it's, fast rate of fire, high recoil, like, so a lot of bloom, but it's not like the Magnum. And maybe that's true, maybe it's not. We don't know for sure. I guess we won't really know until the multiplayer reveal. But looking at this, the way this Magnum looks, like, this can't be the precision weapon. It's not going to be. So unless there is another Magnum, we can assume it's going to be BR starts and, competitive for, like, I guess the HCS playlist. Because this thing's just not going to do it. You see this bloom is so ugly too. Now another thing, this grenade he throws, this is the first frag grenade he throws. And I was like, staring down this trying to see if there's a grenade hit marker, but as you can see, if we slow it up, he actually headshots the grunt before the grenade explodes. So he hits him with the headshot right there, whatever, yada yada. He goes in with the assault rifle and everything, so it is what it is. So we did see an image of the BR, so obviously we know the BR's in it. Now he comes up here, right? And he's going to stick the brute right there. See, he gets hit markers from the actual stick, right? Which is fine. But it's hard to tell if there's actually a hit marker from the explosion because this is so damn bright. I need a freaking welding mask to look at this thing. And for anyone that's wondering, like, grenade hit markers are a huge point of contention in the competitive scene. I can see how most people who really cares, right? In regular multiplayer, you're just like hanging out with your friends and all. No one cares about grenade hit markers, but in competitive, it's really important for really free information. Let's say you assume a team's spawning in a certain location and you nade it. You get a hit marker, that's like confirmation. You know they spawned back there, and you don't really have to check any other spot. Same thing if someone's trying to make a sneaky play and you nade it, but you don't know they're there, you're kind of just pre-nading. You get that hit marker and, it kind of just gives you a lot of free information. So that's why grenade hit markers are really frowned upon, I guess, in the competitive community. not so much, I don't think anyone really cares, generally speaking. So I'm kind of just trying to look to see if there's grenade hit markers. I'm really holding on to hopes that there are no grenade hit markers for the explosion. Because you can see that obviously he gets them for the stick, but you can't really tell here on the actual explosion. So he shoots this route. He doesn't stick this, he just shoots it, right? That's our boy Craig. Gets the beat down from good old Chief. So he throws down this, right? So it works kind of like a bubble shield, but obviously you can shoot from one side, not the other. I assume this is just, they did confirm that this is going to be a pickup on the map. So this will be very similar to bubble shields, regens. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of different types of these sort of things, but this is obviously the only one we see in this reveal. He can shoot out of his side, which makes it a little more powerful than a bubble shield, I'd say. From a competitive aspect, just based off Halo 3 makes me want to say that they're just going to wipe it. It's not going to be in the competitive HCS, tournament, prize pool sort of gameplay. But I guess you never know. I guess they'll experiment with it once the game's out. But with Adam Apicella and Esports Engine running it, they ran MLG back in the Halo 3 days, and I'm going to assume that they're just going to wipe this out. But you never know. But they are going to be pickups on the map. I assume it's going to, spawn faster than power weapons, but still going to be like, 30 seconds a minute. I don't really remember what it is in Halo 3 off the top of my head, but it'll probably be very similar to that. So, hit him with the slide. So he hits him with the stick again. He hits him with the stick, right? The stick, he gets the hit marker on. And if I can slow this down to 0.5 again, it doesn't look like he gets a hit marker for the explosion of the grenade. See, he's shooting. That grenade goes off, and it doesn't look like a hit marker pops up for that grenade explosion. Still holding on to the faint hope that there's no grenade hit markers, but we'll have to wait and see for the multiplayer reveal, as always. But as you can see, right, he's getting hit markers for each bullet. Bullet. Explosion. See, maybe you just can't see through the explosion. It drowns it out. But as you can see, he is still alive because he gets one more bullet hit marker there for the kill. So, hopefully no grenade hit markers on the actual explosion. No confirmation, but we'll have to wait and see. God, I hate the freaking bloom on this pistol. Okay, so now they kind of just show off the new weapons in the sandbox. There's no real way to see if these are competitively viable yet. Obviously, they're just showing it off in campaign against normal AI. There's no way for you to grasp how powerful these are. Is it going to be, like the Storm Rifle? Is it going to be like a Halo 3 AR? There's no way to tell how much damage this is going to do in multiplayer. So, I mean, it's cool to see, but at the same time, you get nothing out of that. Now, this is the Grapple Hook, right? I got a lot to say about this. So, they did confirm that the Grapple Hook is a pickup on the map, right? It's going to be something that both teams have to fight over for control. And honestly, I'm not really sure how to feel about it. I'm happy that it's a map pickup, right? It's not a Spartan ability like Halo 5 where everyone has one. I feel like that would really disrupt gameplay, and it would be really crazy with people just grapple hooking everywhere. But at the same time, if you think about it, let's assume there's only going to be one on the map. At most, there will be two, one on each side. It just makes it kind of feel like, what's the point? Imagine you're the best grapple hook player, right? That's your specialty. You're really good with the grapple hook. Teams want you to be the grapple hook guy, I guess. Your team's going to have control for you to get the grapple hook, and then you're going to have to be the one in the best position to get it. With overshield, camo, even power weapons, the player with the best, in the best position to get the power weapon usually just gets it. It's not I'm going to leave that there for you. I mean, in certain situations, if you're just womping a team, I guess, but it kind of makes it what's the point? There's only one on the map. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be that important. Obviously, for competitive, HCS, if it's deemed overpowered, they can just wipe it, take it off. For normal multiplayer, it's going to be there no matter what. But I feel like it might not really be that important. It's kind of just something that I have to wait and see for the multiplayer reveal to see how it's going to actually play out. Because you could imagine, like in Halo 3, like Construct is all about holding top control, and if you could just grapple hook from the bottom all the way up top while other people like go up the lifts, like it's obviously there's situations where it could be really, really helpful. But like just generally thinking only one on the map spawns every once in a while, like it doesn't seem like it's actually going to be that important. So it kind of hits me with like a what's the point kind of feeling. But again, we just got to wait and see how it actually plays out in the multiplayer reveal. So we see here that you can actually grapple hook. He actually grapple hooks this, right? So that kind of makes me think like, how is this going to actually work in multiplayer with power weapons? Like, obviously it's going to be helpful to like grapple hook across the map or however far to try and get to the power weapons first. I'm kind of wondering if you can like actually grapple the weapon and pull it to you. Part of me feels like it would be cool, and I could also see it just being really corny. So that's something where I just need to play the game, play the beta, see some gameplay before I can kind of really make judgment. But it's kind of like interesting to think about if you could actually just pull the weapons to you. It's kind of crazy thinking you could like sit behind cover and just grab the rockets and then, you know, obviously come out and just get the easy kills. This could be the pistol, you know, the revolver. Maybe that's supposed to be the Magnum. Halo 5 kids would not appreciate that. Hold on, can we talk about these hit markers? So I don't know what the difference is. We always see these little hit markers, right? And then you see these, and it kind of just like looks like a crossed sword on the middle of your reticle. These are so ugly. I don't know why it does that. If it's a glitch, maybe. This looks so unappealing to me, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it looks like Destiny-esque. I don't even know. But it just looks so ugly for that to sit there like that. It's just like, I guess it's nitpicky, but it's really unappealing. Again, he gets stuck there. I can try and slow this down. It's really hard to tell. Damn it. I was slow on that. It's hard to tell. He gets the stick, right? So that's... I don't know. Maybe he did actually get a hit marker on it. So he gets the hit marker for the stick. Then he shoots, and then that kind of looked like a double hit marker. Maybe he did get it for the explosion. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, how you guys are seeing it. But I definitely think like I'm still holding on to faint hope that there's no grenade hit markers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really hoping for it. You get hit markers for everything though. He even gets a hit marker for, you know, grappling at him. Alright, well I think that pretty much covers everything. So those are kind of just my thoughts, kind of how I feel like the multiplayer is going to look and play just based on what we see here on the campaign gameplay. Obviously the mechanics and everything like that are going to kind of dip into both aspects, multiplayer and campaign. There's a lot of questions I have about how certain things are going to work, and that really like is going to mold my thoughts on the game. So I'm just waiting to see this multiplayer reveal out in August. Let me know your thoughts though, if you think this is how things are going to work, if you think I'm completely off, or, you know, or if you have anything to add, anything I missed. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video. Catch you on the flip side.